if you are planning to start yoga, if you are new to yoga, you should start your journey with meditative posture. That is very important. You must learn one meditative posture. That can be anything. There are so many meditative postures. Whichever is comfortable for you, you can learn that. You should be able to sit in that asana at least 15 minutes, 10 minutes at least. You'll get a lot of benefits out of asana itself. And also to go to next levels, to do pranayama, to do meditation, that helps. Okay, that is the foundation. That is the base for you. Okay, without learning that meditative posture, it is difficult to do pranayama. You know, if you're not able to sit properly, if you're not able to be comfortable in one asana, how do you do pranayama? How can you achieve, next level, higher levels? So there are, different paths. Somebody chooses yoga for physical, mental benefits. Somebody chooses it for, spiritual endeavors. So that's what I said. To go to higher levels, being still physically, mentally is very important, right? That brings a lot of physical health, mental health, and also, it has a lot of, this is the step for, higher level spirituality also. So that is why if you're starting yoga, that can be physical, mental, spiritual, start learning one meditative posture. Today I'm going to teach how to do one meditative posture, which is Guptasana. This is the most easiest asana. Second most, I can say. So there is Sukhasana, right? A Sukhasana meaning it is the most comfortable asana. But this is easier than Sukhasana. You can sit in this asana for a longer time, 30 minutes, 1 hour also. The more you sit, the better it is. As I said, every asana will have, a lot of benefits. Along with it, if you're able to sit, for that long, you can do pranayama properly, right? It will be more effective. Pranayama, we have to do pranayama at least 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. If you can sit in one asana for 30, 40 minutes or 60 minutes, you can happily complete all asana, all pranayamas also, no? You can finish all pranayamas in one asana, and then you can do meditation also. Most of the pranayamas, they'll help you to get into meditation. When does it happen? If you're able to sit in one asana properly, stable. If you're able to sit, in one asana with comfort, with, stable. If you're able to sit in one asana for a longer time, then the pranayamas help you to get physical, mental benefits, and also they help you to get into meditation as well. That happens only when you are able to, when you can sit in one asana longer time. So that is the reason you should start learning one asana. Today I'll teach how to do Guptasana. Now, see, I am in Vajrasana now. I'll show you how to get into Guptasana. You can just sit like this, okay? And then fold one leg, left leg. See the heel, don't keep the heel like this, okay? You should close the private parts like this, okay? You should close the private parts, genitals, this way. And then take the other leg, keep it like this, okay? Simple. This is on the mat, okay? Just this is on the mat, okay? See, it is close to the genitals. There is no gap here. It is as close as possible. Don't keep like this. No gap here. See, you can lift the leg, place it, and then keep it on the mat. And then fold the other leg, keep it here. You can keep here also, that is fine. This way. This is also resting on the mat. This is also resting on the mat. I'm not I'm not placing my, heel on this, not like this. Just I kept it on the floor, and this is slightly, resting. This part is slightly the heel, resting on the other leg. That's it. Okay. Entire weight is on the mat itself, not on this leg. It should not be on the leg. The entire weight is on the mat itself, both the legs. This is also on the mat. This is also on the mat. Okay. This is how you should place your legs in Guptasana. First step. And then coming to hands, whichever mudra you are, or if you're not doing any mudra, the fingers, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder has to be free and relaxed like this. Even the fingers, look at my fingers, there is no stiffness. Don't keep like this. Okay? Just leave the hands, keep the hands on the knees like this. Okay? You should not hold the hands, arms, wrist, shoulder, anywhere. No, don't hold, don't control. As if you are keeping something on, table or something. Keep your hands on the knees. You can keep like this also, but this is the most comfortable posture. If you want to do any mudras, you can do like this: chin mudra, vayu mudra, anything, any mudra. But rest of the fingers have to be free. Just because I am doing mudra, chin mudra, don't keep the other fingers stiff like this. No tension. There should not be any tension. If you are doing mudra, just be in mudra. Leave the rest of the fingers to be free. This is the posture of the hands. Okay, hands should be like this. Next, if you want to do any, Bhairava Mudra, Bhairavi Mudra, you can sit like this. Whichever, mudra it is, no tension, no stiffness, no holding. All the joints, muscles have to be free. You can keep like this or this way. Anything is fine. Okay. So that's how the legs should be in Guptasana. The hands, as I said, from here. Some people keep the shoulders like this. Don't do that. Some people keep the hands like this, straight. Okay. See, like this. It's not proper. You don't have to keep it like this. Just entire body should feel, that comfort, ease. You should have the ease, comfort. It should be stable. That doesn't mean it has to be stiff. No stiff, no tightness. Let the energy flow. The prana shakti, the energy which is inside the body, let it flow freely. Don't keep it tight. Don't restrict it. And then you can practice pranayamas. Okay, when you sit like this, both the hands should be on the knees. As I said, to do pranayama, where hands are required, use only right hand. Don't use left hand. Okay, when you are using right hand, you can do it with any mudra or without any mudra. Okay, but even when you are doing pranayama, keep this hand, shoulder free. Some people will keep it like this. No, keep the hand like this here. Let it be, on the chest, on the ribs, like this. Not like this. Don't keep it like this. Don't do like this. Yoga is the simplest thing. Don't complicate it. Just keep the hand like this and then continue pranayama. Some pranayamas don't need help of the hand, right? Then keep the hands on the knees. Continue pranayama. Bastrika, Kapalabhati, Ujjayi, Brahmari, Shitkari, Udgita, Makara, anything. When hand is not required, just let them relax on the knees. And then when you are doing meditation, of course the hands will remain there only. You can sit in this mudra, asana, whichever mudra you want, any mudra, and then close your eyes and practice. Once you do asana properly, you will get pranayama properly. Once you do asana, pranayama properly, you will get meditation properly. You will get meditation automatically. So that should be the goal. Asana, first step, pranayama, next step, and then mudras, kumbhakas, whatever you do, continue. And then next step is meditation. That's how it is. So, this is also one of the important asanas, meditative postures. Simplest, easiest asana. Some people cannot sit in, Padmasana, other asanas, Siddhasanas. So, practice this. Practice this regularly. If you are new to yoga, as I said, you might have a lot of stiffness. Some people may not have stiffness. Then you can do it straight away. If you have a lot of stiffness, start with this. Practice daily. You may not be able to get it on day 1 or day 30, whatever it is. It might take some time. Don't leave it. Try to learn, attain one asana. That is the most important thing. Okay?